Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with a new topic. So, the name of the topic is the largest and highest in India. So, India is a country with many mountains, rivers, lakes, waterfalls, forests, deserts, and snow capped mountain peaks. And India has many dams, bridges, tunnels which are made by man. So, we have natural as well as man made features. So among these there are highest and the largest one. So today we are going to learn about the highest and largest of this. Okay, let's start with the first one. We'll see the first one, that is Sundarbans Delta. So Sundarbans Delta, it means a largest river. So the Sundarbans, it is a mangrove area. So Sundarban mangrove forest, it is very largest forest in the world. So Sundarbans is a mangrove area. It is in the delta formed by the Gangas, Brahmaputra and Meghna rivers, and it is in the state of West Bengal. There are many varieties of flora and fauna, that is plants and animals, found in this mangrove forest, and it is the largest and widest delta. Sundarbans are famous for dangerous wild animals like royal tiger, Bengal tiger, as well as crocodile, dangerous snake, and there is also a national park in Sundarban Delta. The word Sundarban was derived from the tree, that is a Sundari tree, which grows in the marshy land of Sundarban region. So the name of the tree Sundari, it was Sundarban name was derived from this tree. The waters of two main rivers, that is Ganga and Brahmaputra, flows into a Bay of Bengal, and the delta formed by this river, it is called as Sundarban Delta. This Sundarban Delta, it is also called as Green Delta or Bengal Delta. So Sundarban Delta, it is the largest delta in India. Now we'll see one of the largest and the highest heighted cave, that is the Amarnath cave. So the Amarnath cave, it is a Hindu shrine cave which is located in Jammu and Kashmir in India. This cave is covered with snowy mountains. Most of the years this cave is covered with the snow. As it is a cave temple, the Hindus and other devotees make an annual pilgrims every year, and every year thousands of people come and worship the temple cave. So the ice pillar which is formed inside the cave, it is also called as ice lingam, which means the symbol of Lord Shiva. The cave is quite large. Its entrance is about 40 yards horizontally and its height is about 75 feet, and it is a sloping 80 feet deep down inside the mountain. So the Amarnath cave, it is the largest and the highest cave in India. Now we will see the largest desert, that is the Thar desert. So the Thar desert, it is also known as the Great Indian Desert. It is a large area with less water. It is in the northern western part of the Indian subcontinent, and it covers an area and forms a natural boundary between India and Pakistan. So it is also a boundary between India and Pakistan. So 85% of the Thar desert, it is located in India and remaining 15% in Pakistan. 60% of the desert lies in the Indian state of Rajasthan, and it also extends into the states of Gujarat, Punjab and Haryana. The soil of the Thar deserts remain dry for much of the year, and it is prone to wind erosion. So because of the high velocity winds, the soil, the sand from this desert are taken away. The Thar desert experiences a climate of high pressure. During the monsoon time, monsoon wind in the southwest brings rainfall in the summer seasons. The coldest month of the year is January, while May and June are the hottest. The Thar Desert has soil such as desert soil, red desertic soil, brownish grey soil, red and yellow soils, saline soils, soft loose soils. So camel is used as a main means of transport. So Thar Desert, it is the largest desert in India. Now we will see the largest lake. So Vular Lake, it is one of the largest freshwater lakes in Asia, and it is in Bandipora district in Jammu and Kashmir in India. It is said that this lake was formed because of the earth's crust in the Jhelum river near the Vular Lake, and because of this lake was formed. This lake is about 16 km long and 10 km wide. This lake serves as a natural reservoir for the Jhelum river when the Jhelum river gets flooded. So when the Jhelum river gets flooded, the excess water is drawn into the Vular Lake. This lake is surrounded by the Himalayan mountains and alpine forest. This lake, it is also an adventure, so activities like water skiing, fishing and other drafting. So Vular Lake, it is the largest lake in India. Now we will see the largest bridge, that is the Howrah Bridge. So the Howrah Bridge, it is the largest bridge in Kolkata in India. So it is built in the city of Howrah and it is built over the Hooghly River. It is also known as floating bridge. This Howrah Bridge, it was built without using single nut and bolt. And Howrah Bridge, it is one of the oldest hanging bridges in the world with no pillars supported. So this bridge, it is one of the famous bridge in Kolkata city in West Bengal. So it is the largest bridge in India. It carries a daily traffic of approximately 100,000 vehicles and possibly more than 150,000 pedestrians, making it one of the busiest bridges in the world. It has only support only at one end, so it has support only at one end. So Howrah Bridge, it is one of the defining monuments of Kolkata and it is also a pride of its inhabitants. Now we will see the largest Ellora Caves temple. So Ellora, it is a UNESCO World Heritage and it is located in the Aurangabad district of Maharashtra in India, and it is one of the largest rock cut monastery temple cave. It has features of Hindu, Buddhist and Jain monuments and artwork. So from the Ellora caves, the cave 16 in particular, it has the largest single monolithic rock art in the world, that is the Kailash temple. So it is the largest temple in the Ellora cave. So inside the Kailash temple there are sculptures of gods and goddesses and other mythologies. So all of the Ellora monuments, they were built during the Rashtrakuta period and Yadava time, which was constructed as a part of Hindu and Buddhist caves. The Ellora is also world famous for the largest single monolithic excavation in the world, that is the Great Kailasa. So these caves were constructed during the between the 5th and 10th century. So Ellora Cave Temples, it is the largest cave temple in India. Now we will see the last one, that is about Mumbai Port. Mumbai Port Trust, it is also known as the Bombay Port Trust. So it is the largest port in India. It lies midway on the west coast of India, that is on the natural deep water harbour of Mumbai, that is in Maharashtra. So the harbour, it spreads over 400 square kilometers and it is protected by the mainland of Konkan to its east and north and by the island city of Mumbai. And this harbour, it opens to the south to the Arabian Sea. And the port, it is administered by Mumbai Port Trust. Mumbai harbour has been used by ships and boats for centuries. Mumbai harbour, it is also known as the gateway to India and it has a primary factor in the emergence of Mumbai as the commercial capital of India. Mumbai port has also played an important role in providing marine infrastructure in India. So the port of Mumbai, it has completed 137 years of its service and it can supply drinking water to the ships both in the streams and at the berth. So Mumbai port, it is the largest port in India. Now we will see the last one, that is Jama Masjid Mosque. So Jama Masjid Mosque it is commonly known as Jama Masjid of Delhi and it is one of the largest mosques in India. It was built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan between 1650 and 1656 and it was built at a cost of 1 million rupees. And it was constructed with strips of red sandstone and with white marble. The courtyard can accommodate more than 25,000 people. And on the floor, a total of 899 black borders are marked for the worshippers. The mosque is commonly called Jama, which means Friday. It is said that during the Mughal Empire, this mosque was considered as the best mosque because of the best mixture of marble and limestone. So the Jama Masjid Mosque, location in Delhi, it is the largest mosque in India. I think so children, you have understood some of the largest and highest river, desert, cave temple, port, mosque, bridge and lake of India. So in the see the exercise part. In the exercise part, you have to fill in the blanks space around the circle with the names of each of the largest of these feature in India. So what I have explained, hear it and you can do this as your homework. Now see the next page, that is a fun time part. Part you have to fill in the missing letters to find the highest in India. They have given the image and they have given blank, so we have to fill in the blank. See now first one, that is the highest peak in India. So the highest peak in India, it is in Himalaya. So the name of the peak, it is called Kangchenjunga. So it is called as Kangchenjunga. So you can write Kangchenjunga. Kangchenjunga. So the highest peak in India, that is called Kangchenjunga, which is in Himalaya. Now see the second image, that is the highest airport. So the highest airport in India, it is called as Leh Airport. So the spelling is Leh. So it is in Leh, the capital of Ladakh in India. So it is the airport in Leh, which is the capital of Ladakh in India, and it is the 23rd highest commercial airport in the world. So it is the 23rd highest commercial airport in the world. Now see the third image. So So the highest dam, the third image, it is the highest dam. So the highest dam in India, it is called as Tehri Dam. So you can write the spelling Tehri. Tehri, Tehri Dam. It is the tallest, that is the highest dam in India. So it is in Uttarakhand on the Bhagirathi river near Tehri in Uttarakhand. It is located in Uttarakhand state of India. So now see the highest lake in India, fourth image. So the highest lake in India, it is called as the Kolemu Lake in India. So the spelling is Cholamu, Kolemu Lake. It is situated in North Sikkim and it is about 4 kilometers to the international border with China. So it is an international border with China. Now see the fifth image, that is the highest waterfall in India. So the highest waterfall in India, it is called as Kunchikal Falls. So the spelling is Kunchikal, Kunchikal, Kunchikal Falls. So it is located in Shimoga district of state Karnataka. So it is in Shimoga district of Karnataka. Now see the sixth image, that is state with the highest rainfall. So the state in India with the highest rainfall, that is Meghalaya. So the spelling is Meghalaya. So the average annual rainfall, it is about 1150 centimeter. So Meghalaya has the highest rainfall in India. Now see the seventh image, that is the highest civilian award. So the highest civilian award, it is called as Bharat Ratna though. The highest civilian award of the Republic of India, it is called as Bharat Ratna, that is spelling is Bharatna. Bharatna. So it was instituted on 2nd January 1954 by the Government of India. So now see the last image, eighth image, that is state with the highest population. So the state with highest population in India, that is Uttar Pradesh. So the spelling is UTTARPRADESH. UTTARPRADESH. So it has a large population and high population growth rate. In 2012, 20.42 crores population was found. So I think so children, you have understood some of the largest and highest in India. So do the homework and learn the spelling of this highest and largest. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.